Hello everyone, this is Supersnoopy here. So I do want to make this video pretty brief, but I have been looking at the stuff on the SWTOR.com forums, and also did watch the Twitch live stream of the Galactic Command that's going to be releasing with the Knights of the Eternal Throne. Now, there are some things that seem pretty cool with this new system, but one thing that is kind of irritating me and kind of is a bit of a disappointment is what they're doing with gearing. Now, based on what I'm seeing, it seems basically gearing is now going to be RNG. Now, what I mean by that is, based on what I've seen, is with this Galactic Command system, you can complete operations, do a bunch of different tasks, and then once you rank up, you can get a box that allows you to get, some cosmetic stuff, and it can also get you pieces of gear. Now, these pieces of gear, they're going to be relating to both PvP and PvE. They basically said that they're going to scrap, just having two separate sets for PvP and PvE, so they're just going to be changing that stuff completely up. So that's just one thing they mentioned. They also said, the more ranks that you get in this Galactic Command system is, the higher, the higher level your gear that you're actually going to obtain is, and, how, more powerful the stuff you're going to find in a box slash crate is going to be. Now, I will put a link in the description below, just kind of, talking about, a little overview of the live stream and just some basic stuff and some of the forum posts. Now, like I said, this is gonna definitely change up the game a lot, mainly because like I said, gearing is gonna be completely different now based on what I can tell. They didn't give us all the details for the system, but they did give us quite a bit of information. Like a lot of stuff is gonna be changed up, which could end up being I say decent, and some points it seems like this could help us. I say with the gearing and just completing stuff. But at the same time, this new system could be pretty ridiculous and could screw up the game as a whole. Now, one thing that I actually kind of think is a bit ridiculous is basically this new system of playing the content is basically gonna determine what gear you get and how you actually gear up in Knights of the Eternal Throne. So basically now, they also said that you're going to get, a lot more points depending on the content that you do. So for example, you complete a nightmare operation, you're going to get, a lot more points and actually rank up a lot faster compared to doing something that's, easier. So I guess in a sense, that's pretty good that you can actually, rank up a lot faster by doing harder content. So that's a little incentive to, complete the harder content to get the better gear. But at the same time, this is something that is kind of irritating because basically what we now have to worry about is RNG boxes. So you're gonna open up a box and you're just gonna pray that you get something that's good in an armor set slash piece that you need, because they didn't actually go into 100% detail of how the gear is gonna work. It's not like you're just gonna open a box and you're gonna get every single armor set piece that you need. Based on what they're saying is you're gonna get a box, you're gonna get a piece of gear in it. That's actually going to help you and be more powerful than something you already have, considering, the level that you continue to go up when you rise through the ranks of the system. But even then, at the same time, this is basically making gearing a system where you have to just basically pray to the Bioware gods that you get a good gear piece or something that you actually want. Which, this is kind of disappointing because this basically says to, all the raiders that if you want to complete nightmare mode operations, you want to get the best gear, well, too bad you can't do that. To be fair, they say that you will be able to rank up faster, but at the same time, that is, really, I say, kind of disappointing because you have people that, complete the nightmare mode operations to get that end game gear just to show that, they've completed some of the end game stuff, and they're just going to continue to, use some progression. But now it just kind of defeats the purpose of, just constantly progressing through those operations. Because now you can just complete some easy content. Now, you will obviously rank up slower by doing the easy content, but at the same time, it just seems a bit ridiculous how you can, essentially just do a bunch of story mode content, just do, story mode solo content, and then you can get the best gear in the game and become, incredibly powerful. I don't know, that just seems a bit weird in a sense that, they're basically, or, slash essentially saying that all you have to do is just play a lot of the game in order to get the best gear. So, that kind of sucks also, because, clearly, there's going to be some players that don't play it too often, and they're just going to, get, they're going to complete some of the nightmare mode operations, get some of the gear, and then just, be on their way. But now this tells us that we have to, play more in order to get some of the better gear. But like I said, I mean, they haven't gone to specifics relating to, how much XP we're going to get for doing harder content. But they did mention that, you're going to get a lot more for doing the harder content. So I guess we're just going to have to see how this works out. I don't know, this system just seems like it could end up being a complete disaster and could really hurt the game. But at the same time, if they do execute this well enough, or, actually, figure out what they're going to do with the system, then it could also really benefit the game and help it out a lot. But yeah, guys, that's all I have to say about this little gearing change that I feel like could really change the game in the way it's played currently. Like I said, I mean, BioWare could go two ways with this, and this could essentially become a humongous flop, which could really cost a lot of stuff relating to gearing, or it could also be something that could really help with gearing in the game. I don't know, I guess we'll just have to wait and see until the actual expansion drops. But even that, at the same time, I'm just going to, be a bit skeptical. I'm just going to kind of like look into the system and just, hope that they do change a few things, or actually, kind of, I guess, adjust stuff based on like the content you actually do. Because based on what I'm hearing, this could essentially be a program where, you just complete a really easy content. You could just complete it for a really long time. You could, get the best gear and all the stuff in the game. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one.